So let's see if I could do this right, okay? So you guys know Sashika already. She's been on the show. We have Anaya.
Yes.
Sydney.
Yes, sir.
Estrella.
Yes, sir.
Okay, whew, that's what I was worried about. Sash, OMG, these young ladies are a part of your organization. So for someone who's never heard of OMG, what is it?
Outstanding Mature Girls Organization is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. And I would say that we are the #1 organization for young girls in Louisiana. We teach leadership skills, life skills, value, and of course, advocate for wellness and mental health.
You know, the community thing is something you and I've talked about for a while. You've been in this for a long time. How old is OMG?
OMG is actually 10.
10 years old?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, this year.
So it's been 10 years you've been hitting me up for money for?
Yes, that's right.
So,
10 whole years, whole decade.
We have pictures from OMG, things that you've sent me. You guys were recently in New Jersey.
Yes.
Right? For what? Tell me why you were in New Jersey, Anaya.
We were in New Jersey to meet new kids, and we went to the hub and we met kids that went through trauma and stuff, and the hub was like a safe space for the kids to be at where they felt safe.
So how long have you been a member of OMG?
I lost track of time, but I've been here since 2016.
And Anaya, were you in New Jersey as well?
Yes, sir, I was. I enjoyed myself a lot.
What's the best thing about being a member of OMG?
I think the best thing about being a member of OMG is the sisterhood, because it's like even if you're not even if you're not doing every single event or you're meeting all the girls who are in the group, it's like everyone comes together to build a family. Like I can call up Alexis, Anaya's sister, and be like, hey, can you help me with something, and she'll be quick to come to the response. So I love the sisterhood that OMG builds.
You know, Estrella is not mic'd, and she's here kind of in support of her sisters and OMG. What's the main thing you want to accomplish with the interaction with these young ladies?
I want the young ladies to be able to use their voices. Being that my background is radio broadcasting, I want to be able to allow them to be able to speak their thoughts and speak clearly about issues that may affect them as youth. So that's the thing. And then leaders, become leaders. I want them to pass me up pretty much, and that right there will be a sign of success for OMG.
I think there has been a concerted effort in the last maybe decade to invest more in young women from an education standpoint to a self-worth standpoint, and I think that's worthwhile work. Where would you grade where we are in that right now as a society?
Just recently, just kind of reading some stories about how mental health is affecting young girls. It's something that we need to make sure that we have organizations like OMG to be there for our girls and to tell them about their worth and let them know how to cope and teach them skills that they may need to just deal with the things that they're dealing with right now.
Before, I have a follow-up question about that, but I also have to ask, what about for young men, right? Because you had so many of these young men who are walking around with, and I got a chance to speak at the school systems awards banquet earlier this week, and I talked about kids who have scars that you can't see on the outside. And a lot of these young men have issues like that, but there is no outlet to be able to get them to deal with it. What do we do for young men? Because we need something for both. What do we do for young men?
I know they could probably speak about their experience.
All right.
While we were at the Hub, which is an Arts and Trauma Healing Center, we recognized that a lot of the demographic at the Hub, which stands for also Help Us Become Better, it was mostly young men who were there. A lot of them have been through legal trouble, family troubles, trouble at school, and we realized that while we were there, we want to do the same thing here, but also for young men as well. Like OMG, it's a safe space for girls, and there are many safe spaces for girls, thankfully, that are coming about an uprising in Louisiana, but unfortunately, a lot of young men don't see that. And I think that using the arts as a way to cope with what they've been going through would be a great, solution to what they may be facing at home, because they can't express their emotions as much as they like to because of the stigma in society.
How would you ask the public to support what you are doing? Outside of money, because I do want them to support you financially, but what else would you like to have the public do to support y'all?
I want them to speak up.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Just put y'all on the spot. Go ahead, Anaya. How can the public support y'all?
The public could support us by showing up giving us tips and listening to our voices as young girls and having OMG in school so y'all can actually hear how the kids feel, what y'all could do to help us in the school system, and just different stuff.
I believe, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I believe that a lot of adults look at young kids as just like, a problem, just something to be cast aside. But when they actually sit back and not only listen, but actually try to understand what we're saying and think back to when they were a teen, when they were growing up, I think they'll realize that we have a lot more to offer and a lot more knowledge that is very wise and valuable.
Where can people, I know, it seems like going in the time machine back to Word Up. So where can people reach you? I got about 20 seconds. How can they find out where you are?
So they can go on our website, OMG, Outstanding Mature Girls with a Z.org.
All right. Cito Narcisse asked for one of those shirts. He better not get one of these. OMG. Speaking of Dr. Narcisse, he'll be with us in our next segment as well as we talk about school nutrition. Stay right there.